Hello, everyone. If you're seeing this, then that means you are on YouTube watching the edited version of whatever it is. So if you want to watch the unedited version, description down below. You might want to check it out. Otherwise, if you don't care, keep watching. Hope you enjoy. Hello, everyone. Today we have Tokyo Revengers Season 3, Episode 8. Now, before I get into this, and before we get into Tomon fighting and all that whatnot, I do want to mention that I do plan to at least react to one series next season, possibly two, but I don't want to overexert myself, if you will. At least not as of right now, and I don't know exactly what shows I plan to choose, but I thought I'd at least let that be known. Now let's get into it. All right, we still got the blur. I still didn't look up what that was, where we didn't get enough about her, and it was needed for. They needed to build up the information about those two characters, or about one character for present day. What? Excuse me? I I I I tell you, I didn't see that coming from even a mile away. Oh, okay. I know this is technically a romance. It has the romance tag, but I did not see that one coming. That was one of the quickest episodes. Just shocking, honestly. But we got some backstory. We got more fighting. It feels like the mechanics of the show just keep the wheels spinning in the same scene so often. Few episodes, same scene. Or if, God forbid, it seems too monotonous, we could just get away with the backstory here and there. And that's definitely something I see as a sign of weakness or a form of weakness. And listen, I'm not to say that the background is boring or dull in any manner. It's not. Listen, the art isn't anything to write home about, but I would definitely want to reconsider if I was that show. The same exact uh, scenes, the same point of view, the same fighting. It's relentless. It's monotonous. It's all that. And I think if we saw more growth, because honestly, I mean, how long has this fight been going on for? I mean, I know that we're trying to dig in deep with these secondary characters, and that's fine to an extent, but when you have so much of this go on for so long, I mean, this feels like, and it shouldn't be, but all this leading up and the actual action itself, the fighting, and it's going to go on for an episode or two at least. I mean, half the season is this one fight, or at least the build up to this one fight. And you could of course you know make the case that this whole season is going to be about that, the leading up to it, the actual fight itself, and then the resolution. You could make a case that it's the entire season. And I would definitely not say that the prior seasons were this slow, with very minimal growth or continuation. And that's what I see as a weakness for this. I don't think the actual content itself is necessarily all that weak. I think it's pretty much the same, but the pace, and we're still stuck in the same situation as the past few episodes. It feels like we're just not getting anywhere. We're just learning about all the secondary characters when there's a bunch of fighting going on, which feels like one of the worst times to have that happen. So, and not to say that we didn't have secondary character growth when there wasn't fighting, but now we have it when there is, and it feels like it's taking away from the fight. But you could also make the argument that there's not much happening in the fight either, that it's just it's continuously just the same stuff. You know, punch defend, punch defend, punch defend. That's all it is for so much of these episodes. And I wish there was a little bit more, but I don't think we're gonna see that. Unfortunately, I wish I was wrong. And every time every time I end an episode, I always say I don't always say it, but I always think it. I hope I'm wrong in that instance. But with only a few more episodes to go in the season, I don't know how many more chances they have to really resolve this quickly and add actually a decent amount more of. And I don't think we need more lore. I think we just need growth, change. I mean, we barely seen Takemichi in this episode. He's the main guy. And as for the other two, um, dang it, who are their names? Mikey and Draken. I mean, we won't see them probably for the next episode or two, if even. And we haven't seen them for a while as well. And I think that's something it's suffering from. They're focusing too much on growth. Now, it is reasonable growth. It's not like they're doing it for no reason. And you could at least respect it, but is it the right time? And that's a lot more on the setup of the show. And they didn't even explain about the kiss between, shoot, their names. I'm so bad with names. That's not his name. Shoot, I feel so bad because I'm so bad with names. But between Hajime and, shoot, what is his friend's name? I feel so bad because I'm really bad with names. Um, Hajime and, shoot, they're not going to show it. And Inui, sorry about that. Hajime and Inui, they're together, and a lot more than what leads to be, but we don't get that growth, but we just get their background. And I think one without the other, you had perfectly reasonable time within the episode to add a little bit of that narrative, but they didn't do that. So definitely seeing some cracks within it. But listen, it's roughly the same as the past two seasons, so I'm not going really hard on it, but I think we can see where it needs to get a little bit better if it has another season after this. And I know that there is one more arc to this show. Well, to the manga at least. So there's a chance that there's going to be a fourth season. Anyways, I'll wrap it up there and I'll see you next week.